Do it again.
That's okay.
Lord. I don't think it's gonna work.
No.
I might have to hold the phone. Ah, now you're stuck on shirt. What up? What up?
Hello.
Okay, pick you up a little bit. Um, this is Mr. Carter. Welcome back to Awaken Your Essence channel. I'm here. Talking to Miss Nambi, representing the Midwest. So what's up?
Hey.
I don't think they get you.
No.
I don't say it again.
Hello.
Okay, got you. Got that. Somebody hold the mic.
Mhm.
Okay. Me and Nambi were talking blending pantheons, and so I'm gonna start it off like this. First of all, is do you agree or disagree with blending pantheons?
I personally don't mind blending pantheons. Um, because ultimately they all come from the same place. Um, some people's histories and their knowledge of that history and their connection to the history of a place or a people or a nationality might stop them from blending pantheons because there might be conflict among the people historically that are governed by these pantheons. Some people can't get over that conflict, so
So,
they don't blend them.
so you saying on a spiritual level, some people might be holding themselves back by not wanting to explore the pantheons because of the history of the people worshiping those pantheons.
Yes, yes.
Now, personally, I've blended a few different cultures, not a whole lot, and that's because I like to study um, the people and the language of the pantheon. You know, it's possible. Like most of the descendants of the Nordic, Germanic, all that area, most of them speak English. So if you're getting into the Greco-Roman pantheon and stuff like that, you're still speaking in English when you or whatever. Um, well, nowadays anyway. When you get into like the Egyptian stuff, most people would think that they speak Hebrew first because that's the most popular known language from the continent of Africa, but that's not the only one by far.
Mhm.
Um, do you do you oh do you think some people use their gods as an excuse to limit themselves from learning about other pantheons?
Um, I think they use their own personal prejudice against the peoples who are governed by those pantheons to stay in their own little niche, a
Mhm.
little spot that they're comfortable in, where they don't have to grow, they don't have to learn about the world outside of what they want to know about, and they use the excuse of, well, my gods are like that, and so I follow my gods, and this is part of my heritage, and that's it.
Oh,
And they use it as an excuse to hate others, actually.
wow. So you probably have gotten a sideways look at a ritual sometimes where you was asked to pick a god or whatever to invoke, or
Mhm.
evoke, and you didn't use nothing out of Africa, did you ever get a sideways look like, why isn't she using something that's quote unquote black?
Yeah. Or, for instance, um, during an interview one time, um, I brought up the subject of black pantheons
Hmm.
and was speaking on it, and the other witches that were on the panel were frowning at me. As long as we were talking about Celtic paganism,
Hmm.
they were cool. But when I switched off into the black pantheon and spoke of African paganism and African American paganism and black paganism and Afro-Cuban paganism, they all frowned up because to them that has nothing to do with Wicca whatsoever, according to them. And I have to say that's a lie. Yes, it does have something to do with Wicca. That's like saying black people do not originally were not originally a big part of America at its founding.
Right.
Therefore, they should not be considered American. That's what that's like. They should not be considered Americans.
Mm-mm-mm. That led, ooh, I had a nice follow up for that. Ugh. Oh my gosh, I think I lost. Why do you feel? Why do you feel some people in the faith community feel like they got like this, um, or any form of spirituality for that matter? Why do they feel like they have a monopoly on God?
Why they feel they have.
I use the word monopoly, but like like a stronghold on a certain ideal of God. You know what I mean? Prime
Yes,
example.
they feel like they've cornered the market on a certain type of spirituality.
Yeah, yeah. Like when, earlier we was talking about ISIS.
Mhm.
And I was asking you before we started rolling. ISIS is a goddess that everybody um likes and seems to gravitate toward.
Mhm.
But if you look at the pictures of ISIS, the pictures of her have been changed from her native of being Afrocentric to looking European.
Mhm.
Um, but nevertheless, that's a African goddess that a lot of people use more than any of the rest, if they use any of the rest at all.
Right. Yes, she is. I think part of the fascination with ISIS actually comes from the fascination with um, people of European descent actually comes from their fascination with Cleopatra.
Mm.
When people, when they think of Cleopatra, the first thing they'll say is Cleopatra was not Egyptian. Cleopatra was Greek or Roman.
Which is a lie.
She was Greek or Roman, or something like that. And they associate ISIS with Cleopatra. They also associate the image of ISIS with the image of Cleopatra as portrayed by Elizabeth Taylor.
Yes.
And that whole Hollywood thing with Liz Taylor playing Cleopatra really stuck in their heads. To them, that is the epitome of Egyptian beauty. even though she's English. you know.
Right.
But they see ISIS, they have a limited view of ISIS.
Right.
Now, they equate ISIS, yes, with Mother Goddess, and as a supreme goddess, a supreme ruler. But their whole idea of mother is very soft and loving, and they'll say, yes, she's protective, but they won't say she's a warrior, which all mothers are, especially when it comes to their children.
Right.
And Isis was not just the mother, say, Horus. She was considered the mother of all Egyptian royalty.
Right.
So I think, for me, at least me, I feel they have their idea of ISIS is too soft.
Mm.
It's, I mean, think about all the things she did. She was master musician, master healer. She was able to take the chopped up bits of her husband and put them together.
Right.
To bring him back to life, and couldn't find his penis. So she made one and put it on, and it worked. She was able to conceive. I mean, that's one strong woman.
The original golden shaft.
So,
as far as me, like, I've used like Isis and Athena together, and I've used a combination of different gods and goddesses within the same umbrella too. But do people feel like they're not supposed to do that too? Like they have to pick one god and one goddess per ritual?
Some feel that way. There are some rituals where people, instead of calling the quarters, they assign a different god or goddess.
To each quarter?
To each quarter. And they'll call that way. Which I've done it myself.
Right.
When I'm doing moon rituals. It works well with me. But that's usually if I'm just working alone. That's just my personal preference. I don't do it when I'm working with others. So many people are against mixing of the pantheons. Like I said, many of them do not. They'll tell you don't mix the pantheons. They don't know why.
They're just repeating it because they either read it somewhere, somebody told them not to.
Right.
So they go on repeating the same thing to you, and they don't have no explanation as far as why.
Right.
Now, I'm checking the time. I think we could squeeze in like another minute. Or do you want to cut it into a part two?
We can take it into a part two.
Okay. I hope Nambi picked up well. And the mic. We're coming back with part two. This is blending pantheons. Do you believe in blending pantheons? Have you tried it before? Because I know a lot of people have been told not to, but have you tried it anyway to see how the energy feels and if the energies combat each other? Because that's a rule that you might come across is that the energies will be combative during your circle. I mean, inside your circle, and will be chaotic. And the other question was, oh wait, I'll save that for part two. So I'm gonna cut this right here at 15 minutes. We're gonna do a part two. Y'all stay tuned.